everyone, it's Handy from Japaneki and I'm back in Canada. As you can see, I'm in my bedroom. So I wanted to make a video about my experience in the Akamonkai Japanese Language School, because people often ask me if I like my experience, like the overall experience. And yes, I liked it, and I liked the school. I think it was fun for me, but I like learning, so of course every day wasn't super fun, but I think I really liked it. First, let's talk about the Japanese course. So mine was the general course, the basic one. So usually it's like a 2 years term if you want to complete everything and if you don't do a class again. So I started the beginner one, and of course at first I thought it was really boring because I already knew like the basic stuff like hiragana, katakana, and a few kanji, and I already did like Minna no Nihongo at my university, so of course I thought it was boring. But for me it was good to review the basic because my Japanese was like, I don't know, weird. I didn't get to practice much in university, so my Japanese was really bad, especially my speaking. I thought it was better than I really was, but yeah, so going back to the basic and going to really understand what I learned previously, it really helped me first. So of course like the beginner one was pretty easy for me. Of course it's like every day is the same thing, so it can get a little boring, but I think for me it get interested when I get to the beginner too. Of course it was kind of boring too, but at least I had the impression I was learning something really new, that even though I kind of learned it back in university, I had completely forget about it. So for me, yeah, I think it was really helpful. One thing I must say is like, it gets pretty intense, of course, but you have to practice outside of the class. Because there's no way you're gonna practice Japanese, like the speaking, if you're not talking with people. So even with just the people of your class, you have to practice in speaking Japanese. So you better not speak in English with, or Korean or Chinese or French or anything, with the people of your class. Like I found, like in my first class, I only speak Japanese, but we couldn't really speak, so we couldn't make really a good conversation, so it was a bit hard to speak with my classmate. And in the second term I didn't really speak with my classmate. I had one friend who speak English, so we speak in English together, so I didn't get to practice much. And in my last class, I really talked a lot with my classmate, and I felt like my Japanese really got better in the last term because I really practiced more speaking. Even with my Japanese friend I talked more, so it really helped me a lot. I think my trip helped me a lot too because I had to speak Japanese because like my parents couldn't speak Japanese, so, and I was in Tokyo, so people couldn't speak English, so it really helped me. So you really have to put yourself in a situation where you have to speak Japanese in order to improve. And the school didn't provide us with much opportunity. There's a conversation club in Akamonkai. I think it's on Monday after the second class at 5 p.m. I think. And I don't really like these kind of things, so I never went. But it can be a good beginning. But you really have to go outside the school to practice your speaking. For me, like not everyone think the same, but I think the school is made for you to practice the grammar, the basics, so you can write, but the speaking has to be done outside. Because even if you practice at school, you're gonna speak like a robot. And teacher often say that to us, like you speak like robots. It doesn't sound natural, so if you want to sound natural, you have to go out and speak to Japanese people so they can help you. Because what they teach you in school is grammar, it's like writing and reading. So you have to go practice speaking and listening somewhere else. So, well, not much listening, but speaking. So that's the point about the school, but I think every school is the same. Maybe not the more conversation focused school, but Akamonkai is not focused on the speaking, so yeah. Except that, about the teacher and the way they teach, people can find it boring. I know some people that are really good at learning stuff find it a bit boring, and some people, it may not be for everyone because it's big class, because it's a big school, so you don't have much time to practice like with the teacher or stuff. So some people may prefer like small school with not a lot of students, and it's okay. For me, it didn't mind, but I know some people I talked about were like, no, that didn't like this aspect of the school much, but for me it was okay. And the teacher are so sweet, like really. Some of them are boring, but all the, well, not, well, some are kind of boring, but it's okay. I think it's harder when it's the beginner class because the teacher can't really interact with the student either, so it's harder. But the more you get up, the best it is. But for me, I really had nice teacher that really cared about the student. Two of them add me on Facebook, and it's awesome. One of them is fan of Nonban Shinki, and I'm so happy. And yeah, a teacher really care about the student. One example I have, something happened to me, and during the class, the teacher asked me, "Oh, Adrian, are you okay?" And well, she asked me in Japanese, but and I start crying. That was so embarrassing though. Well, I start crying because I'm such a crybaby, and I didn't feel well at all. So, and she really cared about me, and I said, "Oh, can I just go home? I don't feel well." And she let me go home. But after, like, she wrote on the paper she had to give me the day after, "Oh, are you okay? I'm worried about you," and stuff. So I felt like teacher really cared about you. Even like the people at the office, they really care about you. Like, they make sure everything is okay, that you're feeling well. And even after, like, I came back, I had to get a refund because I left earlier. And she was like, "Oh, I heard it's cold in Canada, I hope you're okay," and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, that's so cute. Oh, thank you." So I think, like, even though they have a lot of students, it's still not that huge at school. So I know, speak Japanese now. I think, yeah, people really care about you, so I found it really nice about it. Even though I'm back in Canada, I still want to do some other videos about Japan, so stay tuned. And don't unsubscribe, please. So, and if you have any question, feel free to ask on my Twitter or on my blog post or in the comment section below. So, bye bye! Hi everyone! So today I want to talk about the beginner 2 and the beginner intermediate level of Akamonkai. So I know a lot of you are wondering